Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Leanne and I've got a couple really easy, fun, budget-friendly, everyday home decor DIYs for you today. That was quite a mouthful. Today's video is part of the Try It Tuesday challenge hosted by Sammy from Unicorn Dust Designs. If you don't know who she is, I don't know how many DIY videos you're watching on YouTube, but I will have her channel linked down below for you to check out, along with a playlist where you can see some other fun DIYs. And I'll talk a little bit more about that as we go on, but let's get started in the first DIY.
So for this first one, I have this little heart tabletop decor from Dollar Tree, and I just sanded it down really good to get a rougher surface so that the shiny stuff wouldn't come through. And now we're going to go in with some fabric paint. This is from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to draw on some little swirlies. I probably should have practiced this on a piece of paper first, but I didn't. So they're not perfect, but I still love how it came out. I got this idea from Sammy, the host of today's challenge, and the point of the challenge is to get inspiration from other creators and recreate or kind of put your own spin on something that they make and just, mention them and give credit to them. So I will have Sammy's video linked where she used this concept. Her swirls are much better than mine, and she was making a cute little heart sign. So my DIYs today aren't necessarily Valentine's decor, although they both have hearts, but they're kind of neutral. I don't really decorate for Valentine's Day, but I will have them out, and I think hearts can be used all year round as well, especially since these aren't like in-your-face Valentines. So you're just going to put your design on your surface. It does take quite a while for the fabric paint to dry, especially if you have some thicker spots of the puffy paint or fabric paint. You can also use puffy paint. Fabric paint pretty much works the same way. And I was excited because I had this paint on hand, never got around to using it for what I wanted to for Christmas. And when I saw Sammy's project, I thought, I want to do something similar. So here it is, and I'm just going to let that dry for like 3 or 4 hours. And now I'm going in with some Waverly chalk paint in the color white, and we're going to paint over the whole thing. I do a couple of coats. I do dry it in between. I use my hair dryer, which does have a cool setting, but I often forget to use it. And if you use the warm heat, it will cause the paint to crack. So just a heads up. Or you can just let it dry naturally, but by this point I've been waiting hours for the fabric paint to dry. So I used my dryer. I ended up doing 2 coats just to make sure I had a good coating or good coverage of paint. You couldn't see anything through it. I do also do the edges and the back of the piece just so that it was all matching. The edges are white, but I want it to be the same white. And I painted the back just in case you saw it later. And now I'm going in with some Waverly chalk paint in the color celery and a stencil brush and wiping a lot of that off, doing a dry brush. And we're just going to go over the pattern to try to highlight that. I think Sammy might have used antique wax in the spring, and actually kind of just my everyday decor. I use a lot of greens. The celery and moss colors from Waverly chalk paint are common themes in my decor, so I just kind of went with that because I thought it would go well with my decor. This is a very pretty like shelf piece or even a tiered tray. And then I'm trying to wrap some twine around this, and I do this in the most awkward way possible because I was trying to make it so that you guys could see it. So eventually I give up and I'm like, forget it. I'm just wrapping it around a couple of times and tying a bow. I did not hot glue this. Of course, feel free to do so if you want. Eventually I turn this around towards me so that I can tie a bow that looks appropriate. So yeah, that is all there is to this cute little decor piece. I absolutely love how it came out. Oh, that's right. I also get my lighter and burn off all of the fuzzies. Typically I do that before I put it on. I don't know if it was smart to do it like this, but I did it like this. It just gets all those extra little hairs off. Anyways, that is it for this one. I really love how it came out. I think it's really cute, and you really don't notice that the swirls aren't that perfect. It's like less noticeable than I thought it would be. So I was very pleased with how this came out. Thanks, Sammy, for the inspiration. So for this next one, I have this cute little sign from the Dollar Tree, and once again, I sanded it. I actually pulled off a lot of the paper and just smoothed it out best I could. Now this idea inspiration comes from Kristen K. I love her quick and easy DIYs, but then I'm also going to do an embellishment where my inspiration came from Sammy once again. So I'm going to have both of their videos in the description box. Kristen had just kind of made over this little barn sign thing, and I had looked past this thing at the Dollar Tree, and then I decided to go back and get it because I really liked what she did. So I'm not really not doing much the same as hers, but I am making over this piece. And because this was a little bit rough, I mean, I smoothed it out pretty good, but there was definitely different layers kind of in the surface. So I just mixed some Waverly chalk paint in the color white with some baking soda to do that like textured paint and gave this a good solid coat. It's not like super noticeable, but it definitely disguised any imperfections underneath. So while that's drying, I'm going to take these little grapevine hearts and some moss from both from the Dollar Tree. And this was something that Sammy did. She put hers in a little sign hanging down. Well, I think she did like 3 of them. Anyways, super cute. Definitely should check out her video. But I'm just going to hot glue all the way around, placing this moss. And we're just going to try to cover it from, not really getting the back because I'm going to be attaching this, but a little bit on the sides and the front. And don't worry about going too heavy on it. We're going to trim this up, kind of clean it up afterwards. So I'm just using a liberal amount of hot glue, trying to not burn myself as I pat it down and working my way around the wreath. I guess it's not a wreath, but working my way around the heart. And then I'm going in with these little shears, little scissors from the Dollar Tree, but you could use your regular size ones as well. And we're just trimming the heck out of it. We're going to trim all of the sides down and the top and just try to get it back into a heart-shaped form. And then I use kind of what I trimmed off to finish up the piece and to fill in any gaps. If you are enjoying this video, if you love budget-friendly, easy DIYs, please consider subscribing before you leave, and also give this video a thumbs up if you are enjoying it. That helps me out so much, and subscribing just makes sure that you get to know when I post other videos, so why not do it? Now that it's all trimmed up, I'm going to put a decent amount of hot glue on the back of our little grapevine heart wreath thing and flip that over and attach it. And then I did decide to go in with some Waverly wax in the color Antique, and with a small paintbrush just go over the roof line. I just kind of wanted to make it pop a little bit more. So I'm just brushing a little bit of that on and then wiping it off with a paper towel. And I liked the overall look that this gave. I thought about adding like a bow or something else to this piece, but I really just kind of like the simplicity of it. So that's all I did for it. I really love how this piece came out, that it's super cute. This might be a little too big for my tier tray, but it'll definitely be cute on a shelf somewhere.
All right, well, that's it for today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up because that helps me out so much. If you are new here, maybe because of the Try It Tuesday challenge, I would love it if you would consider subscribing before you leave so you don't miss out on my future videos. And once again, don't forget to check out Sammy's channel and the playlist for the Try It Tuesday challenge, linked down in the description box below. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. See you next time.